In this video, I will show you 2 camera tricks you can try for some very cool photos. Don't go away. Hi, I'm Barry from Photographer's Freedom, and I do not have a photography degree. That has not stopped me from taking well over 194,000 photos with my Nikon D5200 alone, selling hundreds of my images physically and digitally, winning photography competitions, and selling hundreds of my bird photography calendars. I do photography tutorials, gear reviews, and other cool stuff for DSLR or mirrorless camera users. If you don't have a mirrorless or DSLR camera, don't worry. You can do these photography tricks with any camera that allows you to control ISO, aperture, and shutter speed. Let's do this. This first camera trick will get you some of the best blurry photos you've ever taken. It's called ICM. That stands for Intentional Camera Movement. It's as simple as intentionally moving the camera while taking a photo. Before you try ICM, be sure your camera is in manual mode. You want to set your ISO to its lowest value. On my camera, that is 100. If you are shooting in bright conditions, close your aperture down as far as possible. The reason for this is we want less light into the camera. This allows us to use a slower shutter speed and therefore get more blur in our photo. If we use faster shutter speeds, we will freeze the motion of the camera and just get a normal photo. I have been successful with shutter speeds around 1/20th of a second or slower. If your photos turn out too bright at this shutter speed, you can fix this with an ND filter. An ND filter screws onto the front of your lens and lowers the amount of light getting into the camera. It does this in increments called stops. One stop is a doubling or halving of the light reaching the camera's sensor. This is a variable ND filter. Depending on which way you turn it, you can let more or less light in. This variable ND filter goes from 1 to 8.65 stops. Using this, I can lower the amount of light coming into the camera and therefore use much slower shutter speeds. There are links in the video description for you to check out ND filters. Be sure you get one that is the correct size for your lens. The diameter of your lens is printed on the front of the lens. With your ISO, aperture, and shutter speed set, you are now ready to take your first ICM photo. You can hold your camera wherever you like, up to your eye or down in front of you. It's not necessary to focus. If you don't, you'll get a much blurrier result. Press the shutter button and pan the camera one way or another. If you want to pan level with the horizon, you can put the camera on a tripod. You can experiment with different shutter speeds and also panning the camera faster or slower. You might also try moving the camera up or down, in a zigzag motion, or even spinning it 360 degrees. You can get some very cool photos using this photography trick. Try to frame your shots in a way that produces a nice effect, such as splitting the frame into 3 different sections. Try it today. If you enjoyed that photography trick, please subscribe to my channel and watch future videos. This second photography trick is similar to ICM, only this time we're going to zoom in or out on our lens while taking a photo. This produces a really cool effect that I like to call the hyperdrive effect. This can be done with any zoom lens. I'm going to use the 18 to 55mm again. You can also put the camera on a tripod if you like. As with the ICM photography trick, you want to have the camera in manual mode. Choose your settings as you did with ICM. Keep your ISO as low as you can, stop down your aperture or use an ND filter, and use a slow shutter speed of around 1/20th of a second. If you don't like the effect created at that shutter speed, change it to whatever you like. Experiment. With this technique, it's a good idea to put something in the center of the frame to provide a focal point that your eye will be drawn to. You also want to make sure that whatever is around your subject is interesting enough to create a nice zoom effect. Timing this right can be tricky. I find I get better results if I start zooming before pressing the shutter button. It's trial and error. Go practice this cool photography hack now. If you've enjoyed the photography tricks I've shown you today, comment below with your favorite. Also give the video a like. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and watch my future videos. Until next time, I'm Barry from Photographer's Freedom. Get out there, take some wicked shots. I'll see you soon.